Imagine a camper that doesn't need gas, fits in a bike lane, and turns more heads than $1 million supercar. Welcome to a glimpse into the future of micro-mobility and nomadic living. This is the 2025 Velvet Camper Tricycle. And in today's episode of Auto Revive, we're diving deep into this bizarre yet beautiful blend of bicycle, electric vehicle, and mini RV. Let's get rolling. At first glance, the Velvet Camper Tricycle looks like a futuristic concept car that somehow made it off the drawing board and into the real world. But make no mistake, this is a real, functioning micro-camper, built by a group of European designers who believe the future of sustainable travel is small, efficient, and electric. The Velvet Camper is a three-wheeled electric trike designed to combine the benefits of cycling, electric mobility, and minimalist van life. It's fully enclosed, shaped like a tiny spaceship, and it's surprisingly comfortable inside. Built with ultralight materials like aluminum and recycled composites, the Trike keeps its weight down while offering just enough space for a solo traveler to sleep, store gear, and ride in comfort. It's classified as an e-bike in many countries, meaning you can operate it without a license or insurance, and in most cities, you can legally use bike lanes, park on sidewalks, and bypass traffic jams altogether. So what makes this thing a camper, not just an e-trike with a roof? Well, the heart of the Velvet is its interior. Fold the handlebars forward, and the pilot seat reclines into a surprisingly cozy bed, complete with a padded sleeping surface and insulated walls to keep the weather out. There's a collapsible desk surface, enough room for a small battery-powered fan or heater, and even integrated storage for cooking gear, clothing, or a compact solar panel. Yes, there's an optional solar panel roof upgrade. With it, you can trickle charge the battery while you ride or while parked, making short-term off-grid travel not just possible but shockingly practical. On a sunny day, you can replenish enough energy to keep rolling without ever plugging into a wall. Speaking of range, the Velvet's electric motor is paired with a battery offering around 60 to 75 kilometers of assisted travel on a single charge, depending on load and terrain. That's roughly 40 to 45 miles. More than enough for daily commutes, weekend getaways, or slow-paced long-distance touring. And since the Velvet can also be pedaled manually or with electric assist, you're never totally out of options, even if the battery runs flat. Let's talk about powertrain. The Trike is equipped with a 250-watt mid-drive motor, legal in the EU and many parts of the US, delivering smooth and responsive pedal assistance. There's a 7-speed internally geared hub, hydraulic disc brakes on all three wheels, and regenerative braking that helps capture energy on long descents. Top speed is limited to about 25 kilometers per hour, or roughly 15 miles per hour, in pedal assist mode. Fast? Not really. But this isn't about speed. It's about freedom. Inside, the cockpit is enclosed in a transparent canopy that offers panoramic views, rain protection, and built-in UV filtering. Think of it like a hybrid between a bicycle and a mini Tesla Cybertruck, with way fewer emissions. The canopy flips open like a fighter jet's, giving you easy access and a surprisingly satisfying entry experience. There's a built-in lock system, LED lighting inside and out, and USB ports powered by the onboard battery for keeping devices charged. So who is this trike really for? Urban explorers, nomadic students, digital nomads who dream of van life but can't afford or justify a full-size camper. Retirees who want to pedal their way across scenic byways. Or anyone who's tired of traffic, rent, or the constant stress of conventional living. The Velvet offers a radically downsized, sustainable alternative to modern mobility. Let's not forget, it's also kind of adorable. The rounded pod-like shape, bold color options, and spaceship vibes make it impossible to ignore. You're not just riding it, you're making a statement. Of course, there are trade-offs. The interior space is just over 2 meters long, enough to stretch out, but not to stand. There's no plumbing, no built-in kitchen, and no fancy entertainment system. You'll need to bring your own camping stove and keep your expectations realistic. This is more bike camping than glamping. But for minimalist travelers, it's a revelation. Pricing starts around €6,500 in Europe, or roughly $7,000 USD, depending on configuration. That might sound steep for an e-bike, but for a fully enclosed, solar-ready electric micro-camper, it's actually quite reasonable. especially when you consider the freedom it offers. No gas, no rent, no parking meters, just charge, ride, sleep, and repeat. And in case you're wondering, yes, it is street legal in many places, though laws vary. It fits bike lane regulations in most European cities, and with the right adjustments, it could become a common sight in urban areas worldwide. The company behind the Velvet is already in talks with distributors in the US, Japan, and Canada. So what's it like to actually use? Test riders report a surprisingly smooth ride. The suspension system is basic but effective, the recumbent position is ergonomic, and the visibility from inside the canopy is excellent. One tester compared it to riding inside a bubble of calm, and that's exactly what the Velvet aims to be. Low stress, low emissions, high possibility. It won't replace your car, but it might replace your idea of what a car should be. We're at a crossroads in how we think about transportation. Cities are getting more crowded. Gas is more expensive than ever. And climate change is no longer a future problem, it's here. In that context, the Velvet Camper Tricycle isn't just a cool invention, it's a response. A rolling question mark asking, what if we didn't need more? What if we needed less, but better? And here's the thing, it works. You could live out of it for weeks. Commute across a city, travel across countries, all on electricity, muscle power, and a little bit of creativity. The Velvet is what happens when design meets ideology, and it might just point to a future where freedom isn't measured in horsepower, but in how little you need to keep going. Before we wrap up, a quick glance at specs for the detail nerds out there. Motor: 250W mid-drive. Battery: 48V lithium-ion, removable. Range: 60 to 75 km per charge. Speed: 25 km per hour. Pedal assist: 15.5 miles per hour. Frame: lightweight aluminum. Suspension: front and rear basic damping. Storage: approximately 200 liters internal. Weight: around 95 kilograms, 209 pounds, with battery. Solar panel: optional 120W flexible roof panel. Lighting: full LED system with indicators. Charging time: 5 to 6 hours from a standard outlet. All packed into a vehicle small enough to fit in a large elevator.